Welcome to N. Rajni Kiran, my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to specify or explain about introduction to computers. So when I want to introduce computers, so immediately our mind will come up with a question called what is computers? So in order to know what is computers, I just wanted to introduce two terms where we often come across in computer subjects, and they are what is data and what is information. So data and information are the terms which we often see in computer subjects. Now, in order to get the right difference between what is data and information, let me explain one example. Say, for example, if you're there before a dining table and you're with very hunger, and if your mom gets raw rice, water, salt, red chili powder, brinjal, and all the ingredients before you and ask you to eat. Will your hunger get satisfied by eating so? Absolutely no. So, in order to get satisfied, you have to do some process on those contents, and that process is nothing but cooking. Once this process is completed, then you are there with the cooked item. So, in this example, I can say that all the ingredients that were kept before you on the dining table can be understood as a data, and to that raw data you are doing the cooking process, and then we are there with the cooked dish or cooked rice. Then that rice is taken by you and your hunger is satisfied, and that cooked item can be termed as an information. This is a general example which I said. Let me go for one more example to make you better understand what is data and what is information. Say, for example, when I'm taking the data from 100 students, and whenever I'm taking and collecting their data, I'm just writing them randomly on the paper in an irregular manner. And if I'm going after taking all the 100 people data on that page in a not a specific style, wherever I feel like I was writing, can I able to recall it again? If say suppose if somebody asks, may I know the address of so and so person? But though the same data as returned by me, and I am the one who is going to see that same data, but yet I can't be in a position to express out and say that so and so person belongs to so and so address, or so and so person phone number is this. If say suppose if the same task is done by drawing a table and dividing the table into different columns, and if I'm going to keep the column headings saying that serial number, name of a person, address of a person, and some email address of that person, phone number, and then start taking their data, and each data is arranged in a single row. And if say suppose if this is the day, if this ordered content is there before me, can I use it for the further purpose? Like say, for example, if somebody comes and asks me, what is the phone number of a so-and-so person? Easily I can get it. Why? Because the content is presented in a neat and specific order. So in this example, I can say that this ordered data is nothing but in information where this information can be used further. Whereas when I was collecting the facts from the people, I wrote it in a very irregular manner, and that content or that collection can be termed as data. So with the help of these two examples, now I wanted to define these two terms called data and information. So look to the picture. So here the data is given as an input to the information system, where it's nothing but a computer system, where in that computer information system we are doing the processing, and this input data is processed and given out as an output, and we call that output data as an information. So as we explained earlier with an example saying what is data, can I define a data is a collection of figures, facts, and numbers, which when considered as such, doesn't have any meaning. So I can simply say that there are two definitions of data, that is meaningless collection is one definition of data, and second definition of data is nothing but collection of figures, facts, and numbers. Coming to the second term, that is information, the definition of information can be defined in two ways. One, I can say it is a meaningful collection which can be used further for the further tasks. Or second definition of information is processed data that has a meaning. So here the computer system is going to play a major role by taking data as an input and doing processing on that data and just presenting it out in the form of an information where that information can be used for the further utilization. Now I come up with what is computers. So when you look at this slide, a computer is nothing but it is a device which is going to accept or takes the data as an input. After taking that data, it is going to store that data in the memory, and later it is going to process that data and it is going to give the output as a result. So while it is processing, for sure it is going to process according to the instructions given by the user itself. And the computer is a device, I said earlier, but that device in detail can be called as an electrically electronic mechanical device. Now, as a one stretch, I'm going to define the computer, saying that computer is an electrically electronic mechanical device which is going to take the data as input, stores it in the memory, and process that data according to the instructions given by the user, and thereby producing the result as the output. So now, hope you clearly got what is the definition of computers and what is computers. Thank you for watching this video.